The Curse of the Blood Moon. The story begins with a narrator speaking, their voice trembling as though recounting a memory they wish to forget. I was there the night it all began, the night the blood moon cursed our world. You may think you know terror, but what I've seen would make your soul weep. Let me tell you everything, from the beginning. It started as an ordinary autumn evening, the air crisp and laced with the scent of fallen leaves. Our village, nestled in a valley shadowed by ancient mountains, prepared for the harvest festival. Children laughed, their voices ringing out like chimes in the cool dusk. Lanterns flickered, their warm glow pushing back the encroaching darkness. We had no idea the nightmare that awaited us. As the moon rose, its light wasn't silver but black, a hollow void hanging in the heavens. At first, we thought it was a trick of the clouds, but the sky was clear. The stars shimmered as though warning us, their brilliance dimming under the oppressive presence of that abyssal orb. Then it began. A low hum reverberated through the ground, shaking the earth beneath our feet. The air thickened, heavy with a metallic tang that clung to our tongues. Animals, dogs, cattle, even the birds, screamed. Not their usual cries, but something primal and unnatural. Then they fell silent, collapsing one by one as though life had been stolen from them. By midnight, the black moon turned crimson, bleeding light across the land. That's when the horrors began. I remember the first scream, a piercing, guttural wail that came from old Martha's cottage at the edge of the village. We ran to her door, the bravest among us kicking it open. What we found inside, I can't unsee it. Martha was there, her eyes wide with terror, her hands clawing at her throat. Her body hung in the air, suspended by unseen forces, while her shadow on the wall twisted and writhed, moving as if alive. "Help me," she choked out, her voice garbled and wet. But as we stepped forward, her body collapsed to the floor in a heap of dust, her shadow laughing before it disappeared. That was the first death. The curse spread quickly. Shadows no longer followed their owners, they lingered, watching us with malicious intent. People began to vanish, taken in the dead of night. Those who remained spoke of hearing whispers, low, maddening murmurs that promised salvation but delivered insanity. By the second night, the village was unrecognizable. The crimson light of the blood moon bathed everything in an eerie glow, and the shadows grew bolder. They no longer waited for darkness to attack. I saw them claim a child in broad daylight, dragging her screaming form into the forest. We tried to chase her, but the trees seemed to move, their twisted branches reaching for us. We gathered in the church, the only place that seemed untouched by the moon's cursed light. Father Elias told us to pray, but his voice wavered, and his hands shook. He didn't believe his own words. The third night was the worst. The blood moon hung low, its light scorching the earth. Fires erupted without warning, consuming homes and leaving behind ash and silence. The shadows came for us in the church, seeping under doors and through cracks. We fought them with torches and prayers, but it was futile. I'll never forget the sound of Father Elias's screams as his shadow dragged him into the altar. His crucifix melted in his hand, the silver pooling on the ground like tears. I ran. I didn't stop until I reached the cliffs overlooking the valley. From there, I saw the full extent of the blood moon's curse. The village was gone, replaced by a dark, pulsating void. I heard their voices, the whispers of those taken, calling my name, begging me to join them. I was the only survivor. Or so I thought. Do you feel that? The chill in the air? The hum beneath your feet? It's happening again. The blood moon is rising. And this time, it won't stop with just one village.